Okay, here's our friend, the doctor, right?
The doctor's in. Is there a doctor in the house? Of course there is. It's Dr. Bagg.
Yes. And we're so excited. We're going to be making a pizza with our Superintendent and President Dr. Bagg. Woo woo.
So clarification, I'm not going to be doing much of the manual labor today. I'm going to leave that up to y'all. Because, I work for you on a daily basis. Now for you, you can work for me.
Okay. It sounds good. I like
not
it.
Messing around out here.
Ooh, look at
so
that.
I'm going to give you a whole little rundown of like how we're going to do it. And
this
then
is
you
the
can
process.
This is the process. And
okay.
With every good pizza comes a foundation, right? Like the dough.
Yes.
And as we're making them, we're just going to ask you some casual questions just to get to know you a little bit better, right?
Okay, I love that.
So we have our containers right here. You might be wondering why we're using Icelandic Provisions yogurt, but it's actually pizza dough. So this is just a mini love letter to the Hispanic community, really. My mom taught me sustainability from like the jump before I even knew how to spell it. Reduce, reuse, recycle. That's how we're operating today. So it took me opening a couple different containers this morning to actually get to the pizza dough, but
they look
here we
good.
are. Yeah, I'm super excited. So I prepped these this morning. We're just gonna like make them a little bit more malleable. Is that what it's called? You can get one too, Dr. Bagg. Go ahead and
okay.
Flour yourself up. And we're just gonna make her go in a
Very
circle.
nice.
Very nicely. As we're doing this,
you got some olive oil in there.
Dr. Bagg, your foundation when it comes to pizza. I know you have Italian heritage, right?
I do, yes. Half. My mama.
Oh, nice. What are your like go-to toppings?
My go-to toppings, well, I mean the sauce, right? It's olive oil. It's the extra virgin olive oil. Looks like you've got that going in there, right?
No vegetable oil today.
Right.
Okay, well that's okay too.
Around here,
okay. And I see you've got, I love the, what do you call it, the margarita pizza. So the fresh mozzarella, the fresh
tomatoes.
Basil, the heirloom tomatoes, beautiful. And of course, who doesn't love pepperoni and prosciutto? Yeah.
I'm so excited. I wish I would have brought another cutting board so we could do this at the same time. But
and Lisa, are you going to deconstruct how you did that flying pizza thing?
I just honestly shot my shot one day and it didn't hit the floor. So I put my knuckles in and then I just hope for the best, spin it, catch it, and we're in there.
And you could have been in any community college. So why Barstow Community College? And so what drew you here and what keeps you here?
And I'm going to get the sauce while you do that.
Great question, Maddie. No, Barstow Community College, it's the community of Barstow, it's the people. So my mentor introduced me to this college. He was the president years and years ago, and I really respected him. And he invited me to, to check it out. I had no idea what Barstow was about until I came here. I taught here, and I got to start to see the kind of the volunteer work, just the heart of Barstow and the families and the diversity and the way all,
Clock that tea, Dr. Bagg.
Clock that tea. I just learned that. Thank you. So
this is for our Shades of Sisters students. Shout out to the girlies that taught Dr. Bagg how to clock the tea at our last SOS panel.
Yeah, I mean, it's that kind of spirit. It's like the real deal. People just, and we talk diversity. We it's not like labels. It's just people, knowing people, respecting people, growing up, supporting one another, because that's what you do in a small town, right? That's what you should do. So that's what I love. About it's the people here.
Yeah, I was hoping she was going to say Del Taco, but that's just me.
Yeah.
That's what keeps me here.
So I am Italian, but the original, what I understand, like from my grandpa, it's just you make bread. You start with just Italian bread. You slice that thing in half. So this is like
Italian blood carbs, right?
Yeah, the pasta. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but you crave it.
That's something beautiful.
Oh my God! Because it's not perfectly round.
That's gonna be a thick crust for sure.
Well, wait a minute.
Let's try to see you get one of these flips in.
Yeah, okay, so
we believe in you.
No.
Knuckle up. Like you're punching the dough.
Okay.
Uppercut. There you go. Okay.
Uppercut.
Hold on.
I can't see throwing it up. You
just gotta take a chance and there's 3 extras. We're good. If it hits the floor, we'll edit it out.
No, you want to keep it in. No, so really, oh my gosh.
Hey!
The Doesn't that look appetizing? Slung it on the president's arm.
Yeah, there you go. And we're going to serve it up to the community, right?
There we go.
We did
Look at
wash our hands in full.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. It's okay if it's a little bit square on this one, right?
Dance with my fingertips like into the crust.
Yeah, I noticed how. Yeah, you did that. So I haven't answered your question yet.
No, we're having too much fun. It's okay.
Yeah,
What
okay.
ingredients do you think are most important for a strong and inclusive campus?
I think it's building trust, having trust that you can talk to people honestly and be real, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, you guys! These are kind of profound questions. So, and I'm sitting here talking to the two of you. That for me, I mean, you're like the leading voices. Like you're the ones that, first of all, you're diverse in and of yourselves.
Right.
But you also know how to connect to all different kinds of people. So, I mean, that's what it's about. It's people caring about one another enough to be able to reach out and to invite them to be just as open as you are. I mean, you're very courageous, I think both of you, right? The way that you put yourselves out there. But that you create that environment that makes other people feel like they want to do the same, you know, like to really see the value in every person. You do that. You help to do that. So, I mean, it's the people. It's the people is the main
I
foundation.
definitely think that's what makes the work so meaningful, to be honest. Like, it's awesome to see and like pass on what you would want passed on to you as a student. I think that's like where I come from when it comes to like creating student experiences and stuff on campus, you know?
But it also helps that it comes from you, and it really does trickle down, like to, you know, from the president all the way to the staff, all the way down to the students. So it does trickle down. So you do have a part in that too.
100%.
Well, thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
So now that we have our circle and square looking dough for pizza number one, I'm gonna go ahead and get it started with a little bit of sauce.
That's good.
I like my pizzas like extra saucy.
Me
to be
too.
honest. Okay, that didn't look extra saucy, but I wanted to be a little bit more cautious. So I'm gonna spread it around with this cheese right here.
We're innovative.
We're innovative.
Yeah.
I don't know if we already asked you this, Dr. Bagg, but like what's your absolute no-go on a pizza?
Anchovies.
Anchovies.
Who even invented that?
I don't. Do you know?
I mean, I like anchovies.
Yes.
That's just me, but it's a
Yeah,
little saltiness to
A little
it.
salty.
Saltiness. That's one
If
part
you
of my
wanna put
personality that I don't show here in college. A little salty.
A little salty.
To me
Before
maybe,
coffee,
but
before coffee.
Okay.
pre-coffee. Okay, I'm gonna put mine just like that, right?
That's good.
That's a lot of pieces of cheese.
Do either of you have a memory of sharing pizza with friends, family, or colleagues, and that just sticks with you? Is there like one night where you were like in a study habit or anything like that, and you just had like a really late night, and of course the go-to is pizza. So did you have anything like that that kind of like brings the bell or anything?
I think when I think of pizza, I'll think of like our youth group. I grew up in the church, so we'd have like a lot of youth nights, Bible studies. We would plan a lot of events for the community and stuff. And at the end of it, we were getting a little Caesar's pizza. Like that was like our payment for the manual labor. So shout out to St. Joseph's.
So for me, my dad's family comes from the valley, specifically like Fresno and Dos Palos. Shout out to Dos Palos. So, you know, they have a pizza chain that's local there. It's called Me and Ed's Pizza. And every time, we would go visit family, that's the first thing we would order the first night we would get there. So that's, every time I think of pizza, I always think of Me and Ed's Pizza from Fresno.
Oh, that's cool.
I love a local pizza shop. Like that's one of my favorite parts about traveling and like, you know, seeing how they do it. I remember I had gone to one and it was like Indian cuisine, but make it pizza. And they're pretty spicy, but I enjoyed it. It was a good experience, you know?
That's what's great about pizza. You can put whatever on
it. We might judge you, but as long as you like it, that's what matters. That's the thing. Look at Maddie helping.
Yeah, somewhat.
So for me, pizza, I'm like you, Anissa. I like when I move to a different community, I like to find that pizza shop where you go there, and you know the people, and they know what you know.
Right, and you see like mom and pop in the corner, and like little families here and there. You know, that's my favorite part about it, to be honest.
For me, though, family, it was my grandma and grandpa. They'd make pizza, and they would like save it, and like they'd have extra. They would always put in the freezer, but that was where family would come to grandma and grandpa's house at any time of the day, and then they would always be able to give them
so nice
pizza. You just pop it in the oven, and that was just, it was always home for anybody at any time of
Yeah.
day. And pizza represented the nourishment, the
Community,
welcoming.
right?
Our moms
That's it.
back in the day used to say company. This isn't for you. This is for company.
Okay,
Yeah, you had that one
company,
cake
yeah.
and one piece of
Literally.
thing
Yeah.
in the fridge that was not for you or anybody
Yeah.
else. And if you touched it, it was a bad thing.
I think for us, like, again, love letter to the Hispanic community. My grandmother, it wasn't pizza, but it was like cafecito. You know what I'm saying?
What's
Like
that? I don't know.
coffee. Like at
Oh,
any
yeah,
moment
yeah.
of the
Oh
day,
my
it could be this hot.
gosh.
Like I'm literally sweating. We would
You
have
know?
a pot of hot boiling coffee. You know?
Whoa. But that was my grandparents
Yeah.
too, the Italians. It was like they'd make it and put it in a
Oh,
thermos.
like espresso, right?
Well,
Too.
yeah, they cook, like boil it on the stove,
Mhm.
put it in the thermos. So anytime anybody came over, you serve them coffee.
Oh, I
and
love
cookies.
that.
So see, it's similar, right? Is this okay? I'm just
Yeah.
grabbing
Yeah, I
and
think that is
grabbing
okay.
and
I'm gonna put some
going
heirloom
here.
tomatoes on mine.
Those
too.
are
They're
nice.
so pretty, right? I got them at Stater Brothers. I was gonna go to Sprouts, but I really wanted to like stay local, just in case someone was
Yeah.
like, "I'm gonna make pizza with my homegirl."
Yes.
You know. So like you mentioned that you had the Italian heritage, right? Like, how do you think that shows up when you're leading the college or making decisions in higher education in general? Like, how does your culture like play a part? You know, if it does. Loaded questions.
I know,
We're here
gosh,
for.
I know. I need to like just sort of off the top of my head more instead of trying to think too deep.
Yeah.
No, I think
That's a prosciutto tomorrow. Because it's not pizza if it doesn't have meat. I don't care what anybody says.
no, you guys, I think, that sort of stereotypically Italian is, hospitality, you feed people, you take care of people, and I think that's community, right?
Yeah.
So that's sometimes, in order to be innovative, you don't break the law. You can't break the law.
Right.
But sometimes you got to be innovative. You got to do things differently and be willing to take risks.
Yeah.
But it's always for the benefit of the family.
Yeah.
So it's always for the benefit of the students, right?
family.
Right?
Right.
So maybe that's how. I don't know. Look at that beautiful pizza stone.
Right. Throwing it out there. I'm gonna do my best to actually get this on here like
Got
that.
it?
Yay!
Whoa. So your roundness is becoming
It's
square.
looking a little bit square, triangular
Here.
at this point. Okay, there we go. This is actually the first
Wow.
time I've used these paddles. Every time I forget to grab them, and then I end up having to use these spatulas at home.
There we go.
There we go.
It's almost there.
It's mangled. I actually started
It'll be
mangling
fine.
your
There you
pizza,
go.
but I think it'll be fine.
Yep.
I'm just gonna set it down. No, I'm just kidding. And all it takes is 6 minutes.
That's very
Really?
6 minutes.
How
and
hot
we're-
does it get?
It goes up to 600 degrees. So be careful.
Dr. Bagg, you were talking about like identity and how important that is to you. So as a queer woman in leadership, what does visibility mean to you, especially in higher ed?
Just recognizing how I benefited from higher education, people supporting, young people trying to find their way, figuring out who they were. If I didn't have the college environment, I don't know where I would have been. So I just try to think about what it's like for young people like myself and any kind of, evolution of your own identity, just being very supportive and welcoming, providing a safe place, a place where people can explore, figure stuff out, because, we're always, our identities, and they're stable largely, but they also adapt over time. And it's just allowing people to follow their journeys, however that evolution happens. I think society puts so much pressure on us. It's hard enough as it is, trying to figure out what that thing is, so it's just being there to support students, however they take that path and wherever they find themselves at any moment in time in their lives.
Yeah, it's very empowering. And, as a queer person myself in higher ed, I look to folks like you who sit in these high, level positions that make varying decisions on a day-to-day basis that not only affect, the students here, but the community at large. And it's very, very impactful. Sorry, I don't mean to leave you on that. I was talking to my rainbow sister over here. But
no one's stepped
but no, it's important because I look to my students, and I have trans students, I have queer students, I have students who may not be out to their families or even their friends yet.
Yeah.
And to have that visible cue, and as a queer person what visible cues mean to us. It means safety, it means like you're protected, it means that you're going to be honored and respected in the space that you occupy. So having those visual cues as myself to my students, I think it can be such a kind of like a wraparound service type of thing.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
And I really like how you mentioned like the exploration part, right? Like giving our students room to discover themselves. And I think like one thing that I've seen within the past year that I would like to do better here, and just in higher education in general, is like it's okay to pivot, you know? I think like I know we have a pivot team here, and I keep thinking of that phrase, and it's like I had a student a little while back, and they said that they took a political science class, and now they want to get into like civic engagement. They didn't really know, and it took like having a teacher that was passionate about it, having like curriculum that represented them, you know, like they seen themselves in policy and what they could do for the community, and he laid it out for them, you know, and they're like, I think I would want to do that. How could I be like a politician? Like, is that too far off? Or I was like, no, get the degrees and like join ASG, like start doing things now. You know, we just interviewed Sunshine Mar, one of our next up students, as well as ASG Commissioner of Equity and Diversity, and it literally took like a spark, and now she's like so involved in all these different initiatives. That tea, you know what I'm saying? She's really doing that. She's actually part of our Shades Sisters, and it's really awesome that like the co-curricular activities actually matter just as much as what's happening in class.
I agree.
So I thought that was a check on our pizza.
And, you know, speaking of representation, was there ever a moment when you didn't see yourself represented in leadership? And how does that shape the way you show up for students and staff now?
You know, in higher education, so it was like a few individuals that we knew were gay, but not out, you know. So when there were the courageous ones, and at the time, back in the 80s, it was, well, and I was still figuring myself out then. So I think it helped me to see, kind of pave the way while I was in the process of figuring out who I was. But it was mostly seeing how they were embraced by their communities and their families that was helpful, right? But in community college, I've just recently learned, like, there are people that are more open, and there's like a caucus that there weren't many years ago at all, and there's advocacy and everything. I just think that, you know, we owe it to our students to, even if it appears like it might be threatening to our own careers, like if you're in a very conservative community, we owe it to our students, because if we got any bit of it to help us, we have to be out there. And the way I feel, you know, no job is worth sacrificing what's right for people. It just isn't, because then you can't live with yourself, you know, and then in even showing that willingness to just be real and to serve people, you know, that's what you want to show students, so that they can live an authentic life and live by their values, regardless. Because if you've got the talent, the commitment, you can work anywhere, you know. So you've got to be courageous, you know, for others, I think.
Can you believe this is our president, y'all?
Right. I think it's really awesome that you're so student-centered. What's one thing, and that's why we want to do this podcast, to kind of like destigmatize administrators, have people really get to know the real Dr. Bagg, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ava, you know?
Yeah.
If I may.
Of course you may.
What's one thing that you would want to let students, staff, even our administrators know about your day-to-day? Like maybe there's misconceptions or, you know, of what a president does here.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, I mean.
Beautiful, man. I'm sorry. Continue while I.
You know, I think for all leaders, you know, and I, you know, it's an evolution, right? I mean, I started just having responsibilities in a job, right? So you feel like there's so much in community college to learn in terms of our regulations. You know, we're very policy driven and rule bound. In order to get the benefits, we've got to play within a lot of structure. So you have to be competent learning all of that, right? But I think really at the end of the day, it's as you know, I'm learning this as I go every day. I mean, really, it's about how to help others, right? And I feel like everybody's doing the same thing, in that teachers are helping students. You're always helping students. You're finding ways to lift others, whatever that thing is that they need. I mean, that is the privilege and the responsibility of a leader. As we get more experience in doing what we do, then it just kind of grows, but you want to be able to show others to do the same. It's just it's kind of like the cycle of life, right? And you just try to just help others. So, I mean, for me, it's, you know, I can't expect, You know, you think a vice president comes in knowing everything in their role. They don't. I didn't know. I was a dean before I became a president. I had a lot to learn, and I had support. I was willing to learn it, dig in, be responsible. But I didn't know everything. Nobody knows everything about everything. So we help each other. But at the end of the day, it's recognizing the humanness no matter what level you're at. I mean, I hate the idea of, you know, you're up here. No, I mean, especially at a school like ours, we're all doing our jobs. We need each other. That's all it is. You know, I have a responsibility because I've been around a while. I've, you know, learned things. So it's my privilege to be able to, you know, use that to help others and to grow others. You know, I see you guys come, you're there, you're on your way. It just, time passes quickly. So we help each other, and then you're going to do the next for the next crop of kids coming up, right?
Dr. Mitchell coming soon.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
I love that. And I just want to say, like, you are so accessible as a president. I feel like that also helps our staff and faculty, and even our students. Like, they see you buzzing, you power walking around this campus, you know what I'm saying? So I think that alone, like, you're very approachable. That kind of helps. Like, that's trauma informed in itself. You just being authentically you and as accessible as you are. So I know our students definitely appreciate that.
Good. I hope so, because that powers me, right?
I'll never forget the first day you actually started here. We were all in the Performing Arts Center, and it was like your first day here. We were all dressed up. You had them blue suede shoes on, girl. I remember those. I was like, oh, look, she's like mini Elvis over here. Look at that. And I just remember how excited you were because you were a part of this college as a faculty member in our home. And this is, you know, we're on your patio, for God's sakes. But
she's home girl.
She's home girl, honey. She's home girl.
Clock that T. You know, I just learned what that meant 2 days ago.
Oh. Literally, Dr. Bagg sat on one of our Shade the Sisters
it was fun.
Women's Equality Day panels, and it was so fun. Like, I really enjoyed it. I honestly thought we were going to end up going over. It was literally thundering at one point, like raining, pouring rain, flooding, and the students were so locked in till the very end of the entire panel. So I thought that was a really awesome experience, you know. And we had a lot of, like, it felt like I sent my follow-up, like, thank you email to all of our panelists, and I really wanted to know, it did feel like a round table with my aunties, like, in a good way, though, you know what I'm saying? Because it was so casual, like, the space was so intimate that we even had students, like, buzzing in the middle of answers to be like, yes, we love that. Like,
I loved how they were engaged, right? And supportive of one another.
Yeah.
You really felt the sisterhood. I try to carry this in the work that I do now. You know, I was trained as an anthropologist and being an ethnographer, which is really about understanding people, right? And seeing people's cultures as resources for navigating the world. So my most favorite thing to do is to meet a stranger and clean slate and just get to know them, ask questions that are not probing, you know. You feel like what people are comfortable, but just learning, like, there's such, like, every person's like this gift of experience and depth and hope and aspiration. And I love being able to talk to people, and as they're talking to you and sharing, what the most beautiful thing is when they're learning something about themselves that they didn't know, just by articulating it to a person who really is interested. You know, for me, that's the best human experience of all. So when I retire, I think I want to do more of that.
Oh,
but
awesome.
I get to do it. But I get to do it here, and I think that's why I appreciate you doing this, because I want students to feel comfortable, you know, and staff to really talk and share and grow. That's what this is all about, is we become our best selves, right?
So if your leadership was a type of pizza, what would it be and why?
Oh my gosh, that's tough. Oof.
Mine would be a supreme. Supreme leader. No, I'm just kidding. That was pretty dark, right? No, I think it's like just based off of my identity.
Yeah.
There's a lot on it, you know. It might be too much for people. But at the end of the day, it's good.
Yes.
I'm going to get started.
That is perfect. I have to think about that one.
Mine would be cheese, and not because it's plain. It's just because I'm super cheesy.
Yeah. Okay.
And I just love cheese.
Okay.
Dr. Bagg, your pizza is coming out beautiful. Look at that.
Look
it's
at
like
that.
A boat.
It's, what do they call that? It's very Neapolitan.
There we go.
Neapolitan.
There we go.
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yes, I do. I like it.
Absolutely. We're going to
Why
make
not?
a pineapple pizza now.
Why
we have
not?
To. Well, this has been really fun. I love being able to get to know you.
Thank
We
you.
can make the rest of these pizzas off screen because we're going to pull a mission and deliver to some staff. So
Nice.
we are putting pineapple on our last pizza.
Okay.
Bye, everyone. Until next time, this has been Equi-Tea with Dr. Bagg.
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry, y'all. I just had to add a little something. Never say never, because you see how we got Maddie hooking it up in the kitchen? Gotcha. Mission accomplished, y'all. We just dropped some pizza off to student services. So stay tuned. Our next mini episode is going to be with
Cosmetology. We're going to be getting mani.
tuned. Obviously fill out that spill the tea form because we want to know what you guys want to see. Maybe do like a BCC Cribs little segment and whatnot. So let us know.